Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
They got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're doing commentary on the table. Dati mihi Anglican parade service Sunday.
Is that correct?
I didn't ask you to interrupt me. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Well, we're just trying to get everything working again after the power outage this morning, and it's taken its sweet time. Oh my goodness, camera's a little dark, everything's a little funky. Get a little more light in here, maybe. Sure, it's a little weird. How about right about here? Is that good? Maybe throw another 2 decibels of gain on there. We're getting it figured out. Good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Good morning. Good Monday morning. It started off with the power going off in my town, which is not a problem normally, as long as it's not hot or cold, because our house is much like your screen door. The temperature on the outside is very much the temperature on the inside. But what a weekend! What a great weekend! I don't know. Everything was good. Now my chat's not working. I've got nothing. Come on. Oh, there we go. We're back. We are back. Excellent. Okay, we'll let's see if everything will work the way it's supposed to. The first try. And it does. Sloth Life, congratulations. I think you won chat this morning. Congratulations. Happy Monday to you. Good riddance on my part. I'm glad I can pass this off to somebody now. The internet is all yours, I think. You're the first one I saw in chat, so we're just going to gift it to you. Welcome. Let's see. Candace Hoff, good morning. Good Monday morning. So glad to be part of this community. Thanks to the generous gifts of others. Candace, love to see you in green. Congratulations on the Orange Courthouse. 13 months is amazing. Thank you. How do we get outmatched by a sloth, says Adam. She's quick. They're deceptively fast. That's why. Good Monday morning. I have to tell you. I have someone to add to the birthday list, if I can, Sharon. And I've got it right here. If you can add one more person, if you could add Mrs. R.A. onto that list, that would just be great, because it's her birthday as well. So all you fabulous people share a birthday with my wife, which is just wonderful. Today is her birthday. I remembered this yesterday. I didn't forget. Let's see. We're excited. I'm gonna take her. I've got an idea as what we're gonna do. So we might have to break a little bit early today. But happy birthday to Jen.
Happy birthday.
We'll sing to her in just a minute. As a matter of fact, let's do the songs now. Hey Jen. Hey Jen. Let me see if I can get her to come in here for her birthday verse. She needs her own verse. We'll do the second verse just for her. Hang on one sec.
You have to do the kick line, though.
What's the kick line? She wants me to do the dance. You have to stand where they can see you.
I just exercise.
She's like, no, that doesn't work that way. All right. We're going to sing happy birthday to these wonderful people. The Gadget Girl, Caleb, Papa J, whose heavenly birthday, Linda Davis, and Mrs. R.A. I call her Jen, so I'll go ahead and just call you that during the song, if that's all right. That would be cool. Okay. You get your own verse, so you have to wait till verse 2. There's an interlude, so be patient. Okay, here we go. Everyone stand up, take a deep breath. Shoulders back, project your voice to the back of the room. Blend your voice with your neighbors. Warm up with me if you will. La 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 la. You can't even hear the music, can you? It's like a solo for you. Nice. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Gadget Girl, Caleb, Papa J, Linda Davis. Happy birthday to you. And now I'm going to say the special verse just for my wife. She's that special. Please join with me in singing to my wife. It's her birthday. And she's young again. It's amazing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jen. Happy birthday to you. I love you. To everyone who's celebrating their birthday today with my wife, a happy, happy birthday. That music is so loud. I had to turn it up so she could hear it through my headphones. My wife is amazing. My wife is amazing. Everyone who's celebrating, happy birthday. Get your free pancakes at Denny's, Waffle House, Village Inn, IHOP, all the usual places. Tammy Dunlap's house, Denny's. Did we put that on there? If they're still in business. I love my wife. She's amazing. I realize there are a million places you could be, a million people you could celebrate with. You've chosen to be here with us. The privilege and pleasure is ours. Thank you so much. Please let us return that to you. Make your day a little more specialer. That'd be great. Oh, wow. Wow. I tried to get her on camera, but she was hiding. I'm not sure if you saw her or not. Oh, my goodness. Here comes our drum solo. We're going to finish this one. Here we go. Drumsticks at the ready. Air drums for everybody. Beautiful. Well done. As always, congratulations and thank you very much for joining in celebrating my wife's birthday as well, which is wonderful. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have to tell you a little bit before we surf the webs of the true crime world. Let's see. First of all, Emily learned my last name, or else. Welcome. Member for 11 months. One more month down with the greatest group of friends on YouTube. Happy birthday to Mrs. R.A. and thank you, R.A., for all the joy you bring to us. Thank you very much, Emily. I appreciate that. Twelble member for 15 months. You're stuck with me for another month. It's great to be here. Twelble, we wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you very much. Wouldn't be the same without you here. All right. I've got to tell you something. I've got to tell you a story. Okay, first of all, it was Friday night. Okay, Friday night, and let me see if I can get all my pictures in a row for this. It was Friday night, and Mrs. R.A. and I decided to watch a movie together. And so we're watching a movie, and it's a good movie. We're enjoying it. It's good. But like about half an hour before the movie was over, we're both sitting there watching, and we watched the movie on an iPad. Okay, we have a lot of big screens. Most of them are in my studio. I think all of them are in my studio. But we watch it together on an iPad. And so we're sitting there watching the iPad, and both of us out of the corner of our eye see a light outside the window to our right. And I turn and look, and there's this brilliant blue-green across the sky really fast. I'm like, wow. That was a fireball. That was a fireball. I've seen one before in my life, and it was nearly 20 years ago. But I recognized it. I'm like, that was a meteor. That was like a flaming piece of rock cruising through the atmosphere. And so even though I've only seen one before in my life, you have to realize I have spent hundreds of nights out in remote areas of the country and the world, mostly just the country, staring up at the night sky in some of the most beautiful locations ever, watching for a fireball. Wanted to see a fireball, and I've only seen one before this. And even though I know how rare they are, after just seeing it, I like look over at the window and like with the expectation of maybe there's going to be another, which there's not going to be another. They don't happen like that, right? So I'm like, well, let me jump on social media. And so after the movie's over, I jump on our Facebook, our little local Facebook page, to see if anybody else like happened to catch a picture of it or, you know, something posted. Of course, nobody says anything. Nobody saw it, I guess. And then I jump on the social media, the Twitter, the X, do a quick search. And about 2 minutes later, I realized that night, Friday night, in just a few hours, was going to be the peak of the Quantoids meteor shower, which is one of the 9 big meteor showers which we're going to have this year. So, fast forward half an hour later, I've taken this camera off my tripod, off my desk. I've grabbed a tripod, bundled up in a lot of gear because it's like, I don't know, 27 degrees and windy. And I'm out in the car driving, you know, away, even though we're out sort of we're in a rural town. I'm driving in further away from town, so I'll get away from the lights. And I find there's one property I actually have a permission to metal detect on, so I figure they're not going to mind if I take some pictures on it. So I go on their property, and it was the creepiest thing. I'm not sure. It was just like the trees. I'm like, I'm like creeped out being around here, possibly because it's, you know, just too close to a cemetery. I don't know what it was, but I'm like, I cannot focus on the sky and take pictures of the sky from here. So I got back in my car, drove through town, the other side of town, to another property I have permission to metal detect on, and went out there and set up my camera on a tripod to take some pictures of the sky to catch some of these meteors where they said there would be 120 of them per hour. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. The moon has gone down. I'm pretty far away from lights. And we finished the movie first. I didn't interrupt date night. Anyway, let me see if I can get some pictures up here. So I took this camera is amazing, first of all, and the lens I have on it is really good for astrophotography. It seems weird that the lens that works really well 1.5 feet from my face is also good to film things light years away, but it is. It's a Sigma. I think it's 16 millimeter f1.4. Nice lens. So here's what I caught. First of all, I took a picture standing in the road, looking across the field. You can see power lines in the picture in just a second, and you're going to see this. It looks like daylight. It looks like it's day. Only you can see stars in the picture. And those bright lights underneath me and behind me, those are way off in the distance, little porch lights on houses far away. So let me show you some of the other pictures that I got. I took this picture. This is a 10-second exposure, and then I walked into frame right here, and then I stayed there for one, and then I walked away, and it disappeared. So I'm trying to figure out the settings of the camera, taking pictures different directions, and there's so much light from nearby. This was a car driving by. The car's zipping by in the area. Okay, so let me back up just a little bit. Let me show you the sky. Obviously, we had a little bit of cloud cover. So between the cloud cover, I'm trying to catch the stars on the other side of it. I took about 100 pictures at a time. So it looks like video, but these are still images. You're like, wait, I saw one. No, that actually wasn't. That was an airplane. That's why it's flashing. This is a 5-second exposure. But yeah. This is the sky, and maybe the screen doesn't do it justice. The entire sky is filled with stars. I could see maybe 4 of these with my own eyes, but my camera saw everything. Moral of the story, I saw absolutely zero more meteors that night. Froze my behind off, and let's see, yeah. Lots more clouds, more airplanes, trying to figure out the focus, trying to figure out the exposure. But it looks like deep space. these pictures were overexposed, and it's like black. It's black, and it's just too bright to see anything because the clouds are just so bright. Anyway, so I've got some work to do, is what I'm getting at. That was my weekend, but it was a lot of fun. Ari's behind had more than 10-second exposure. It was freezing. It was freezing. Anyway. So I thought I'd share that with you. Meteor shower is still going on. I think it goes on to the 15th is when it sort of dies off, the 12th or the 15th. The peak was January 3rd at 3 a.m. But if that was the peak, I saw none. Of course, I also did not know where to look. It said to look for booty in the sky. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. Bootes, booty, boote. Remember your exposure triangle? No, I never actually took photography lessons. I went online. It's like best settings for sky capture. That's it. Booty. Bootes. Tell me this is booty. I don't know where booty is. I could not find booty. I looked for booty all over the place, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. So, Bootes. Content warning. Someone clip that. No, that's not out of context. That's not fair. Anyway, Bootes. Where is it? Like, if compared to north, where is Bootes? Don't ask Siri. Hey Siri, where can I find booty? Yeah, no, that's not. Hey, just listening always. All right. That being said, we're really late. I apologize. I've been out trying to fix up the internet and getting it working here. Yes, my Bootes froze off. It froze off. How do I tell my kids when I'm cracking up? Some things they don't need to know, Greeners. Let's just keep it between us. All right. Trying to see if any of our courts have come online because it's been slim pickings this morning as I was waiting for this. I don't know what. I don't know what Judge Wolf is doing with his YouTube channel. I'm not sure if he's trying to strike everyone who shares his channel or not, or if he's only showing some things on there. I've got to figure that out. I'm hesitant to use his feed while I try to figure this out. Looks like Judge Simpson is about to get started, but he hasn't quite yet. We've got Kansas. Judge Perkins just set off at a defendant, and he went a little wild in court. Where's the link for that? Where's Judge Perkins? Give me the name. I can never remember. Where is that? Judge Perkins.
Your Honor, I could do the February 26th date.
Let's go here for just a second.
That's a Wednesday, I think.
Will I look for Judge Perkins?
That is a Wednesday bench trial at 1:30, and you have one opening left on that one.
Wow,
What's my Wednesday morning look like?
Looks like a Monday.
I do not have those dates because I thought that was your first appearance. I can look.
It is. No, don't worry about it. Well, if I continue this, counsel, I'm going to have to set it for March 10th. Is that agreeable?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is continued at the defendant's request. Please make sure we note that in the docket, Jen, to March 10th. And you believe that will be for what status, counsel?
Plea.
Plea? Very good. All right. Thank you. Continued at defendant's request for plea March 10th at 9 a.m. And if there's nothing further, we'll be in a recess. Mr. Zolator, do you have anyone else on the docket?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. You and your client are both excused.
So as they go to recess, let me see if Judge Simpson had anything this morning yet. I think he had one thing really quickly. Give us a second here. This might be it. My daughter made me a blueberry muffin to eat this morning. It was too hot to eat when I started, but I'm going to eat it now. We're just waiting for the audio judge, so if you would be so kind as to let us participate, that would be great. It's still silent. Apparently he hasn't let us in on the joke, whatever it is, so we're going to have to wait on that one.
Barry's going to have.
All right, we've got another one here. Josh says we need to see. Waiting for... Got to find him here. I think it just happened, so give me a second. No. Sorry. We're going to get there. This is going to be worth waiting for because Josh told us about it. There he is. That's our guy.
Versus Carlos Lionel Luna Burrito, case number SP1605071, SP162655551. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Mr. Luna, please state your name for the record.
Carlos Luna.
Mr. Luna, you need to turn your camera on, sir. Good morning to you. Today is time set for a...
That's not him.
Pre-trial. I'm going to put you in a breakout with Ms. Harris. She's going to get you an updated offer. You don't like the offer, keep in mind you have an absolute right to a trial, okay?
All right.
All right. Let me break out. Join the room, please. Mr. Barry, are we ready on Lester Lee?
Ready, Your Honor.
Let's go back on the record with Mr. Lester McKinley Lee. Mr. Lee, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel. What's your client want to do?
Your Honor, my client would avail himself of the people's current offer, which is to have him plead failure to secure a load on the basis of a 3-month delayed sentence, as well as the open alcohol in a vehicle as a passenger. The remaining matters to be dismissed.
Are you going to have to quiet that phone down, Mr. Lee?
Yes, Your Honor. It didn't belong to me. Somebody else is taking care of it because I'm kind of antiquated with this technology, and my daughter's assisting me all of the way with this.
You want to take the deal? This is open alcohol in a motor vehicle passenger?
Yes, I mean, the way it was presented to me, Your Honor, I just don't see, no sense in continue to prolong this. It's difficult for me to even attend these sessions without the knowledge on doing so and stuff. And, I just got to accept the responsibility. The same way that I took responsibility of the vehicle, I got to accept the responsibility of what transpired while it was in my possession.
Okay. It was just a yes, no. Judge is reading the affidavit.
Ms. Cameron spoke to Ms. Munoz, Mr. Munoz, and said that it was a dismissal.
Miss Cox.
You're not muted.
What is tarp load, Mr. Berry?
Well,
is that a point ticket?
I do not know, but it is part of the dismissal. It is to be dismissed.
The tarp load or secure load?
No, the tarp load is being dismissed. The secure load reduced to a 3-month delayed sentence.
So failure to tarp and secure a load, that sounds like he's taking something to the landfill. They need to be secured and tarped so you don't just lose stuff on the road.
And all this happened on the same occurrence?
Yes, sir.
That attorney needs more pictures on the wall behind him. Looks a little bare.
Well, the open alcohol is passenger is a 2-point offense. You understand that, Mr. Lee?
Yes, Your Honor.
It'll be a $240 fine.
Yes, I'll just need, time to pay it because, I only live on a disabled veterans pension. So,
Why don't you go to Veterans Court then?
Huh?
Why don't you go to Veterans Court?
For the ticket?
Yeah.
I didn't know I could. Like I said, this all happened, Your Honor.
Don't say too much.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to go to Veterans Court?
No, like I said, I'd rather go on and expedite this matter because I already got some serious things I'm dealing with at the onset of this new year. And, it involved my home and stuff. So I just want to expedite this and get it behind me.
Well, listen, I understand that you got other serious things going on, but you're a veteran. You've been through a lot of serious stuff, and you're still here.
Yes, sir.
So, I know everybody's. I can only imagine that the serious stuff you're going through has to deal with money, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if Veterans Court can do a better job for the cases and the money because you've served our country honorably, why wouldn't you take the time to go over there?
Well,
if you don't want to go, you don't have. I can't make you go, but yeah, I'm trying to understand the logic.
No, it's not that I don't want to go. I just want to, like I say, get this matter resolved, in the best way that I can. And it seems like that I'm, in position that I have to accept the responsibility of what took place because the truck was left in my responsibility.
Listen. You just said I want to try to get this done in the best that works out for you, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm thinking, I'm trying to send you to Veterans Court because that's probably going to be the best thing for you. That's why we have it.
Well, if that's possible, Your Honor, I've never been to a veterans court before, but you know, I don't know how it works or what's the existing procedure, but I'm willing to try it.
All right, let's get veterans court over here. Get somebody. All right, we'll pass the matter. All right. All right. That gets me down to Robert Lee.
Yes.
Now you're ready. Now you're up, Mr. Lee.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I got Lee and Lee. What is your middle name if you have one, Mr. Lee?
Edward.
And good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh. What's your date of birth?
10/26/64.
This is the city of Detroit versus Robert Edward Lee, case number B12-996-723, B12-996-823, B12-996-923, strike that, SP-103-4025, counts 1 and counts 2 and counts 3. SP-113-28831.
I'm only here for
3. Hold on. Wait a minute. Am I doing this or are you doing this?
I'm just one.
That's 113-2883, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP-163-47911, 2039-7657, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please, Mr. Berry.
Elwood S. Berry, Jr., on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, sir.
Robert Lee.
That's for purposes of arraignment on the warrants, Counselor.
Your Honor, we would waive the reading of the information and stand mute.
And we'll enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. We'll give him a $0 bond. So here's the deal, Mr. Lee. We're going to treat it like a one-stop shop, right? Now, I can't expedite things in that way. That all of these cases, you're only here on the docket for one case of show cause. All these other cases are in warrant status. And we're going to treat it like a one-stop shop so that when you're done, whatever date that is, you'll have all of this stuff resolved and you'll know what the outcome is on it. All right?
Can I ask a question? Because I don't even understand. I don't know what's going on. I don't have any warrants. I don't know of any warrants. Where do I get warrants from? What am I being charged with? I have no.
All right, so let's run it down.
So don't waive the reading.
So we won't waive the formal reading. We'll read the formal reading into the record. So we have V cases: dog restraint, failure to vaccinate dog, and no dog license. Those are 93-day misdemeanors, and or $500 in fines, the maximum possible penalty for those offenses. We have, and you can write this down, Mr. Berry. So that's 3 dog cases: dog restraint, failure to vaccinate, no dog license. We have a driving while license suspended repeat offender, unregistered untitled motor vehicle misdemeanor, and a no insurance misdemeanor. Those are 93-day misdemeanors, maximum possible penalty or $500 in fines. We have a improper plate misdemeanor, an unregistered untitled misdemeanor, and a driving while license suspended misdemeanor. Those are also 93-day misdemeanors, maximum possible penalty and or $500 in fine. We have a loitering ticket. That would be probably a 90-day misdemeanor and a maximum of $500, and a license improper and a no insurance misdemeanor, maximum possible penalty of 93 days in jail and
no idea he had these.
And all the
hold on a second, please. Can you just listen?
I don't know when any of these occurred, sir. You're naming like 15 things. I have a clean record. I don't understand where 1,000 cases came from, and I don't drive. I don't drive.
You're Robert Edward Lee, October 26, 64, correct?
And I don't drive. I'm disabled, sir.
Okay. On the first set, on SP 103-4025, counts 1, 2, and 3. The allegation was made October 16, 2019. That's the driving while license suspended, repeat offender, unregistered, untitled, and no insurance misdemeanor. On the SP 1132883, counts 1, 2, and 3, improper plates, unregistered, untitled, and driving while license suspended. The allegation was made on November the 5th, 2020, at around 4:44 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of 7 Mile and Huntington. On the loitering ticket, that was made on October 27, 2024, around 7:05 p.m. in the area of 7 Mile and Kenfield in the city of Detroit. The driving while license improper and no insurance misdemeanor 20397657 counts 1 and counts 2. The allegation was made on 9/29/2020 at around 1:14 a.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of McNichols and Evergreen. On the dog tickets, B tickets. I'll just put it there.
The lawyer said we're going to stand mute, waive reading. The client had no idea what he's facing.
B tickets were made. The allegations were made on 9/8/2023 at 10 a.m. in the city of Detroit at 20083 Graydale Avenue. That's a dog restraint, failure to vaccinate, and no dog license. You also have a failure to yield right away. You owe $210 on a civil infraction. Riding a moped on the sidewalk, 168. Defective brakes, 294. You also have an improper display of plate, 180. We're not even discussing these tickets because these tickets are long been in default. I'm just giving you what's all on your record. You have an expired plate, 228. A no proof of insurance of 288. That 288 is blocking him from getting a driver's license.
That's what I'm saying. I have been getting things from IRS saying that some people have been using my identity, but I don't drive, sir. But we'll take care of it after this. But I drive. All of these came from one thing that
if you can just stop talking,
you were letting me talk. I've
already heard you. So you got to understand how this works, Mr. Lee. It's a process and a procedure. Now, what I told you was the allegations that were made against you, okay? And I ran those down for you. You didn't let me finish the other stuff, but I'm not going to go there anymore. I'm done with that. Now, you indicated to me that there's potential that you didn't do this stuff, that you had somebody using your name and you have IRS paperwork and stuff like that. Well, what that's called your defense. So what we have to do is we have to give the officer an opportunity to come in here and tell his side, and then you come in here and tell your side. And now is not the time to do that. But based on what you just told me, I can set you a trial date. I can also get you an appointed attorney if you need to. What would you like to do?
I would like an appointed attorney because this is the first time I knew of these things. That's all I'm saying. So that was my thing. I had a clean record. I was just expunged. I had a clean record.
He just keeps on talking. You just keep on talking. You got diarrhea of the mouth.
You just asked me, sir. You just asked me. I didn't
ask you. All I ask you is, what do you want to do? Do you want a trial date? You go into all this about, I got my record expunged. So all of this, I mean, we're not even there. We're not even talking about that.
I'm surprised of all of these things you're reading off. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to tell you this. I tell
any
you
of these.
this, sometimes people do get tickets in other people's names and do that. Sometimes that does happen. A lot of times is that person's tickets, they forgot about them. I don't know what the case is in your case, Mr. Lee. I just don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't make the allegation. All right. I'm just here to give you a fair day in court. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I need a good phone number from you, please.
Hi. Area code 31.
We don't need his phone number. 867-5309. Not his number.
578. What I do, I'm gonna mark the file. Need an appointed attorney. I'm gonna set a pretrial date of January 31st, 2025 at 8:30. I'm also gonna keep it on trial on February 28th, 2025 at 9 a.m. You need to answer the calls you don't recognize. One of those calls should be that appointed attorney. If you don't hear from that appointed attorney by January 31st, we're going to appoint one to you on the spot. We'll get one in here right on that day. If you don't have an attorney, so we can keep this thing moving. And then you can put up whatever kind of defense you and your attorney come up with, all right? And I'm here to listen to it, all right?
That's January 31st at what time?
At 9 a.m. January 31st at 30. And then the February 28th at 9 a.m. Do you have any further questions, sir?
I'm scared to ask anything. You seem to get mad.
Why are you scared to ask? You can ask. You just don't have to go into all of your defenses and I didn't do it and I don't need to hear all that.
This is what I'm saying is that I've never heard of any. I've never gotten a ticket or nobody's ever told me I had anything. Even when they took me to jail, they never said I had any case. They told me I had one thing out of Oak Park. They said I need to go take care of it. But the rest of my record was clean. That's why I'm so surprised. But now that you're saying it's not, I do understand I got to do other things. But I'm just saying I've never gotten any papers, anything from courts, anything from anybody. This is the first time I'm hearing all of these cases. And all my dogs are vaccines and everything. So I have that paperwork. I don't understand how that could even come up. But okay, but I'm ready now. I'll see you on the 31st, and
I'll see you in court.
I'm surprised. I'm totally surprised. From one laundering thing that they sent me, they saying show cause, and I was in jail. And so I'm showing here today to show cause, and then you just read off like 15 different things, and I'm like, wait a minute, where did all of this come from? So that's all it was. I'm just surprised. I have a clean record. I don't understand where it's come from. I'm not a criminal.
Kells Bells, congratulations on 12 months.
That's it. I won't say nothing else. I'm just surprised. It's shocking.
I'm agog. I'm aghast.
You got it off your chest?
It's shocking. I got it, sir. I understand.
All right, so listen, I'm going to definitely remember Mr. Robert Lee because he's so shocked and surprised. We're going to see what happens on the 28th. I'm sure all my YouTube fans are going to be watching that too. We're going to see what happened on the 28th. All right, Mr. Lee?
Which one is the 28th? Which one is that for?
Trial date. That's when we get down to the nitty gritty about whether Mr. Lee was driving them cars up on 7 Mile, all up and down 7 Mile with no license. That produce court. All right?
All right.
Okay. All right. To come back to 31st first, all right?
Yes.
Have a great day, sir. Best of luck to you. All right. Happy New Year.
He's saying he called for some veterans court.
All right. You're free to leave, Mr. Lee.
Kim R., welcome. 19 months. Thank you so much.
You're free to stay if you want to.
Oh no, I'm leaving. I'm trying to. I don't know how to work it. I'm leaving.
You've been to court though. You've been to court, so you know how it works.
I've never been on this. What are you talking about? I've never ever had it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sitting here telling you I've never got these guys. I don't know what you're talking about, but we'll find out. I don't know. I'm trying to work it.
All right, Mr. Lee. Have a great day, sir.
The judge might be wrong on this one. I think the defendant might be the wrong guy.
Detroit versus Calvin Greer, case number SP 1633-8391, SP 1633-9371. Appearance for the record, please.
Calvin Greer. Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your name, Mr. Greer.
Calvin Greer.
All right, good morning to you. Today is the date and time set for a free trial. Mr. Berry, give Mr. Greer an updated offer. Mr. Greer, keep in mind you have an absolute right to a trial. Speak to Mr. Berry in a breakout room and let us know what you want to do when you come out, all right?
I don't like this. The defendant, this is the first time he's heard of the attorney or talked to him.
Let's go back on the record with Mr. Luna. Mr. Luna, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Counsel, what's your client want to do?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjourned pretrial. It's my understanding he has an appointment with the Secretary of State this afternoon.
I'm going to set it for trial.
You do that.
February 28th, 2025. And you can bring it in on that date, all right, Mr. Luna?
All right.
All right. Best of luck to you, February 28th at 9 a.m. If it's nothing further, Happy New Year to you. I'll see you back at the end of February.
All right, thank you. You as well.
Okay, let me pause for a second. When I bought my house here in North Carolina, I picked the house out myself. I found it, and then I needed to get a walkthrough, so I just called a realtor saying, "Hey, we want to look at the house. We've already chosen it. I just need somebody to open the door and let us in. If we want to buy it, you get the commission." Our realtor was not anything special, but he did send us a Christmas card the first year after we bought the house. Have not heard jack squat from him since, but he just sent me an advertisement mailer, the calendar. I'm like, why now? Why 6 years later? Is that like by your math? Is that when people want to sell the house they bought through you? But you didn't check the joist first, Greeners. Actually, we did check the joist. We knew we had a problem when we bought the house. We just now are fixing it. But I did all the work. He wasn't even there for signing. But anyway, it's a mailer blast. He's got to be low on business right now. He's like, hey, just email or send something out to all my clients real quick. You hear the show on Friday, thinks you want to sell. Well, we might. He knows the home is marketable now. We like to think that we improve it while we own it, but I think most of that's just the Christmas lights. Realtor got his 3%. He did. All right, we're trying to go back to Judge Simpson this morning if we can find him. Let's see. Detroit Detention Center. That's not the one we wanted. Kansas. Nope. Where's Simpson? Judge Simpson. He's not doing anything. He's quiet. Bummer. Well, we'll jump back to 134th.
Could we please have Mr. Toplin, who we did from Wayne County Jail? Can the court mark his file medical, please?
Can we do that? The guy that was at Wayne County. Why is he not getting out? I gave him a personal bond.
Well, he has a tether too. Right?
Oh, right. All right, we'll see what we can work out on that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. And gentleman at DDC, what's your name, please?
Hey, Joshua Lemons. Good morning, sir. Yeah.
Good morning. Mr. Lemons, you've got some traffic tickets we're going to deal with first where you missed some court dates. When you miss those dates, a judge issued a arrest warrant for you. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide one for you. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Correct. I understand.
All right. Thank you. First ticket is P. Hold on, sir. First ticket is P 1459630 with a charge of open alcohol in a motor vehicle as the driver.
Open container.
P 1464321 failure to display valid operator's license. P 1585656 driving while license suspended. And X 4412148 no operator's license on person. These are all misdemeanor charges. Maximum penalty you face on each is up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fine. I'm going to set aside the arrest warrants, enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, give you a personal bond. Your next court date on the tickets is a pretrial on, this can't be right. It says January 4th.
What judge is it?
Perkins.
Probably February.
Okay, let me get you that link.
February 4th. February 4th. All right. Next date on the tickets is February 4th for a pretrial in front of Judge Perkins. Your other matter today is case 25055083, State of Michigan versus Joshua Leonard Lemons. Counsel.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wright Blake appearing on behalf of Joshua Lemons, P37259. Judge, he waives the formal reading of the felony complaint and asks the court to enter a plea of not guilty.
Court will enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf. As to bond.
Your Honor, Mr. Lemons, the people are asking for a bond of $35,000 cash or surety with tether house arrest, and this is for the safety of the complaining witness. Here we have very recent allegations of both home invasion and assault. We would note that when officers respond to the scene, they do see the defendant outside of the complaining witness's home, Your Honor, and so that would corroborate the idea that he was in fact there. The report indicates that the complaining witness had scratch marks and a lump on her head, as well as bruising and requiring treatment on the scene. The door was knocked off its hinges, Your Honor, which would corroborate that there had been a break-in. And Your Honor, what gives us a great concern here is that this seems to have been a sustained attack where there was no provocation. Mr. Lemons allegedly engaging in this attack and home invasion just because somebody called the complaining witness on her phone. And so, Your Honor, we have concerns given that during the length of this attack, instead of Mr. Lemons, say, just leaving and going back to his own home or just calming down, he is alleged to have followed her outside when she fled for help, trying to get a neighbor to open the door, attacking her on the neighbor's porch, and then following her back to her home, breaking in and then choking her some more after she had gone back home for safety. So, Your Honor, given that these allegations indicate either a refusal or inability to control anger, we do have grave concerns here for safety. Given the officer observations corroborate the complaining witness's allegations, we are asking for that bond of $35,000 cash or surety with tether house arrest. As far as priors go, I saw a 2023 HIDA CCW, which was completed successfully. I did not see any other cases.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, if I may.
Sure, go right ahead.
That was an interesting spin on it, Judge. But if you look at the age differential, the complainant is around 36. My client is 21. They're in a so-called dating relationship that she has been the assaultive one. She's taken a gun and threatened to kill my client. If the court releases him, he'll have no problems with staying away from her. Judge, to impose a cash bond there on this situation for individual has no prior history of assaultive behavior or felony record would be a injustice. We don't have any problems with imposing terms and conditions, but Judge, we're asking for a personal bond in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Is your client employed?
Is my client what, Judge?
Working?
Yes, he's self-employed, Your Honor.
Doing what sort of work?
He works with his mother at Angel Care, assisted living for seniors, or assisting seniors, I should say.
Self-employed, working for his mom.
Okay. What kind of work hours does he have?
You'd have to ask Mr. Lemon. What are your work hours, Mr. Lemon?
It varies. My mother, she been needing my health care personally. So
just give us some hours, brother.
It varies. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, do you work Monday? Do you work 7 days a week?
No, not 7 days a week.
Okay, what time do you usually start work?
Really like morning time to really morning to the afternoon.
You said 1 in the morning?
Morning to afternoon.
Start
what
in the
time
afternoon.
do you conclude?
I don't know, because her caregiver, her mother usually come and pick her up from my home, and it go like that, like whenever.
Judge, I can't understand what he's saying, Judge. You probably heard him better than me.
Yeah. All right, here's what we'll do. Sir, while this case is pending, you're not to possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You're to have no contact with a complaining witness. Don't go to her house. Don't call her. Don't reach out to her on social media. No contact whatsoever. No contact with the ropes and the dress. I will put you on a GPS tether. Curfew on that tether will be from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You need to be at home during those hours. And bond. You know, the allegations here are pretty significant.
Your Honor, can I talk to you though, Your Honor?
So
I advise you not to make any statements, sir.
You have a right to remain silent. It is your hearing. You do have the right to talk if you want to, but you have hired one of the best lawyers in town, and I would take his advice and not talk if I were you. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. GPS tether, 10 p.m., 6 a.m. Court does find that under the allegations that the court is looking at here, that Mr. Lemons does pose a risk of harm to the complaining witness. Court's going to set bond at $25,000 cash or surety. That will give you, sir, a bond redetermination hearing in 2 days' time on January the 8th in front of Chief Judge McConico. Further dates are going to be probable cause conference January 14 and preliminary exam January 21, both in front of Judge Sabri. Anything else for this record?
There's nothing from the people, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well, Judge. Thank you.
Yep.
Say your name. My name is Derek Shepard.
Thank you. What? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. What was your name again?
My name is Derek Shepard.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Sufford, you've got some traffic tickets we're going to deal with first, where you missed some court dates. When you miss those dates, a judge issued an arrest warrant for you. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide one for you. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, first ticket is P1083144 with a charge of driver's license never acquired. P1377390, operating off-road vehicle on a public highway, driving while license not valid and no insurance misdemeanor. P147591, and drove without cycle endorsement, no insurance misdemeanor, and driving unregistered vehicle. P 1492829, driver's license never required. P 1576310, no insurance misdemeanor, failure to display valid operator's license. P 1634352, entering a vacant dwelling without owner's written permission. U 525-90519, remaining in a park after closing. 373703, no valid operator's license, unregistered motor vehicle, and no insurance. 377873, no operator's license, improper plates, and unregistered motor vehicle. 452143, driving while license not valid. And 465985, no operator's license on person. These are all misdemeanor charges. Maximum penalty you face on each is up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fine. I'm going to set aside the arrest warrants, enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and give you a personal bond. Your next court date is a pretrial February 4th in front of Judge Archer here in 36th District Court. Your other matter today is 1804437, State of Michigan versus Derek
It's just
Suffolk
traffic.
Council.
We're going to go.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Anthony Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Shepherd. He's been advised of his rights. Will stand mute after court to enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Court will enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf as to bond.
Your Honor, this misdemeanor assault goes back to 2018. I see nothing, no KPS history on it, nothing further since. No objection to a personal bond, 10,000 personal, and no contact with Mr. Aycock.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, we'll let them do that. Let's see if we can go to 14th Judicial Circuit of Florida really quickly, see what they have going on this morning. 14th Judicial Circuit of Florida. There we go.
Court costs and fines of $1,603. Did you say 100 hours of public service work? Or just
Your Honor, I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to Jake about this. I mean, her other DUI was back in 2004, so I don't know if he's okay with treating it as a first offense DUI.
That would change both the fine and the community service if you do that. It was 20 years ago, Mr. Mitchell. A little over 20 years ago.
Yeah, we can treat it as
so that's going to change the court costs and fines, and it's going to change the community service hours. If you treat it as a first offense, which is fairly typical when you have a prior that's that old, the court costs and fines become $1,077, Don, is that right? $1,078. I was off by $1. And the
pretty close
community service hours for a first DUI by state law are 50 hours of community service, not 100. Successfully completed DUI school as required by state law also. So it's 1129 probation, Ms. Majeko. You do have the option of doing community service. I know you've got some physical issues or medical issues that may prevent that.
Right.
But make sure the most important thing is keep your probation officer aware of the status of things, what's going on. This waiver of rights form that you're about to sign waives your right to a trial and waives your right to call and cross-examine witnesses.
Judge,
do you have any questions?
Judge, if she sells her vehicle, would you be inclined to waive the DUI school and substance abuse counseling? Because, I think it's going to be a major hindrance for her.
If she does all the other conditions,
correct,
and she's got everything paid or worked off and she stayed out of trouble and she's at the end, and she can't get a license back until she does those things.
I don't plan on.
Given her
if
medical,
I'm still here, I don't plan on.
Given her medical situation, I have had cases where the probation officer would come to me and say, Judge, she's not going to ever drive again. And if she does, the state's going to make her do those things anyway.
Right,
so I would not keep her on probation or violate her if the probation officer felt she'd done everything she could.
Date of birth here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, substance abuse be something you need to talk to the probation office about. I'm ordering it 2 times a week, but that may require travel, and you're not going to have a vehicle. You may have travel issues, so they may find some online alternative, or they may come to me and say, Judge, we've interviewed Ms. Majeko. We need some guidance on this. We don't think she can do this condition given her medical situation. So that's something we'll have to take as it comes. Ms. Williams. Okay. How much is a cash bond? Under Florida law, the cash bond is taken and applied towards the court costs and fines. when the plea is entered. So it's automatically taken and it goes towards court costs and fines. It'll decrease that amount by $250. We're going to give you some paperwork, ma'am. We'll get you to see Mr. Goodson with the probation office. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, ma'am. Wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I take these.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, who do we have next on the no contest side?
Who do we call up? Oh, it's Fuquan Griffin.
Fuquan Griffin. Mr. Griffin's coming up.
Amanda, love Monday morning court hopping.
Mr. Griffin is
cases are
number
local to me, so super interested. Wishing everyone a great week ahead.
18
Thank you,
on
Ari.
docket, charge
Amanda,
one count of petty
congratulations on
theft.
4
Mr. Griffin,
months.
come on up and listen to Mr. McDaniel.
All right.
I got some new cables.
All right. Your Honor, before you is Fuquan Griffin, case number 24500MM, charged with petty theft. Trying to see if that's a first or second degree. This one's a second degree petty theft, punishable by a max of 60 days in jail. If he wanted to accept the state's offer today, the state would be offering 1129 probation, a $270 fine, and we would reserve restitution in this because there's conflicting statements about the cost of the alleged item that was taken in this. And I can go into detail if you want me to, but the other condition would be no contact with the victim, who is, well, I'll give the name if you want it.
I think you said second degree misdemeanor, but then you said 1129 probation. It can't be both.
Oh, wait,
the offer is 1129 probation on the docket.
Oh, that's why. That's
it's a first degree misdemeanor. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, here's the issue on this case. So the item that was taken allegedly was an iPad. The victim told us that this iPad carries a value of $600, but allegedly the defendant is seen using one of those, trade-in items to get money back in return, like at Walmart and all those other places.
Stolen
and he
property.
gets a value of $22 in exchange for it. So that's why we're a little confused on that.
You decide what the charge is. He decides how he wants to plea.
Okay.
So what are you accusing him of? A first degree misdemeanor or a second degree misdemeanor? Because if it's a second degree, I can't put him on probation for 11 months and 29 days.
We'll do it second degree misdemeanor.
So
for
the
6
most
months
you can
probation.
receive on probation is 6 months. That's what you're accused of. You have any questions about what you've been accused of? Second degree probation, second degree misdemeanor petty theft, which means the maximum penalty is 60 days in jail and a $500 fine or 6 months probation.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay, so how do you want to plead to that charge?
I guess I'll do what you said, 6 months.
Then you want to plead no contest?
Well, yeah, no contest.
Okay, so let's do the plea first, and then we're gonna get into what they're asking for. They're asking for probation of some type. So if you'll sign that waiver of rights form, that form waives your right to a trial, Mr. Griffin. It also waives your right to call and cross-examine witnesses. You're pleading no contest to a second degree misdemeanor, which is the lowest degree crime we have in Florida, which means a value of less than $300 is what it actually means. Okay, so Mr. Mitchell, my preference is to try to resolve it today so you don't have to come back. So especially since we've got a time of offense that's almost a year ago, the state should know what you're asking for. So how much restitution are you requesting? And then we'll see what Mr. Griffin's position is. The restitution is a fair market value. I have no idea what the fair market value is. It's not what she paid for it, nor is it what he sold it for, allegedly.
Yeah.
It's the fair market value. That's clearly the way you determine restitution. So what are you asking for?
The fair market value allegedly to the victim was $600. We're thinking somewhere around,
hang on, not to the victim,
$400.
Okay, so Mr. Griffin, there's two ways we do restitution. Number one is I'll set a hearing, and at that hearing, they're required to bring a witness in and prove the fair market value for the restitution. The other way restitution occurs is you agree to it. They're asking for restitution of $400. Do you agree to that amount, or do you want to have a hearing only on the restitution issue? It wouldn't be a hearing on innocence or guilt because you're pleading no contest. It would only be an issue on the amount of restitution to be paid.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but the way that, if you don't mind me explaining just a little bit.
Sure.
Well, I had my own stuff, my own items, and then it was more like somebody was like, "Hey, could you just add this in, on your thing, and then give me my cut, but I didn't even know that it was even, stolen or even locked up. I just put it in the machine and.
I remember this case. There was more
Yes, sir.
evidence of your guilt other than just putting it in the machine. There was something about the vehicle and the photo lineup. Wasn't there, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the machine, it takes your photo when you put the devices in. But like with what he explained, I was not in that scenario. I was not.
Yeah, so there's a gold colored Jeep on the video.
Yes, sir.
But that's just for the sale. So he's getting busted for the theft when he says, I just did a favor for a friend and sold it, turned it in for cash. Did you know it was stolen, though?
Yeah, and they said they couldn't positively identify you from the photograph. However, they did say they felt like it was you.
Yes, sir.
Number 5 in the photo lineup, which was the person who allegedly did this to them. So do you want a restitution hearing on the restitution amount, or do you want to agree to $400?
I just want to get out of the way. I'll just throw the $400.
Okay, so I'm going to show a plea of no contest. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest to the charge of second-degree misdemeanor petty theft. I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt, place you on probation for a period of 6 months. $370 court costs and fines will be imposed, plus restitution in the amount of $400. No contact with the alleged victim, Mr. Griffin. Possible early termination. That means that if you get everything done, you may get off in 3 months. So try to get everything done early so you can get off early, Mr. Griffin. In just a second, we're going to get you to see Mr. Goodson with the probation office. They're going to get you downstairs and get you instructed on the terms of your probation. And once they instruct you on the terms of your probation, you'll be free to go.
Okay.
Mr. Griffin, do you have any questions?
No.
Try to get everything paid early so you can get off early,
Griffin,
okay?
you needed
So see
the
Mr.
lawyer.
Goodson as soon as you get your paperwork, and I wish you the best, sir.
Because you might have been rolled
Mr.
twice.
All right.
Once on selling that.
Your Honor, next
and
would
once in
be
court. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Rachel Denise Johnson.
Rachel
Not sure if I believe
Johnson.
him, but
Johnson, come on
the lawyer
up.
would have helped. Gracefully broken mom, good morning. Thank you so much for the kind words. 2 little ones at home. That's awesome. Love it. Those are the good years.
Ms. Johnson, good morning, ma'am. Listen to Mr. McDaniel. Mr. Mitchell, please.
Your Honor, this is a weird case, but I needed more time to kind of look into the possibility of the identity theft that she alleged. I think it was after one of our first appearances. I received a no pros from the investigator over in Leon County in a very similar situation that she was facing over there. And it looks like there may be some teeth to that. So based on that,
drop charges.
State's going to go ahead and dismiss this case.
Ms. Johnson, the state's dismissing your case, ma'am.
Any
You're not on
objection?
bond or release. And there's already been no information filed?
Not yet.
Okay.
In
So
the
they'll be
Leon
dismissing
County.
your case today, Ms. Johnson. I'm going to give you this clerk sheet, ma'am, showing that it's going to be dismissed, and they'll follow it up with a formal dismissal. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Judge Middleton is up. That was fun to check in on Judge Mercer. Haven't been with him in quite a while, but Judge Middleton is up. We're gonna jump in. A few minutes ago, he's been up for about 5 minutes. We want to get his good morning talk. He's always so inspiring in the morning. Always on the phone first. Yeah. Nice.
Daniel or Priscilla, I couldn't get anybody to answer the phone. Mr. Crenshaw is here, Daniel. Good morning. We are back. Mr. Crenshaw is. And we're going to address some matters. 2 OUIL sentences.
Sentencing today. Misdemeanor sentencing. We'll check in with Judge Fleischer here in a little bit.
Does Mr. Crenshaw have counsel, Your Honor?
I got a bunch more envelopes over the weekend.
No.
Requesting stickers, and those are going out today as well. I think I'm all caught up, as well as all the people who had texted. I think I'm all done with the texts. So. Red pen. I like the goats, by the way.
Mr. Crenshaw, I did get sort of a report. And we'll see how far we go here. You are here as you're supposed to be.
As you are supposed to be. It's always good when you show up for court. Good things happen when you show up for court, unless it's sentencing day. And then bad things happen. But, you know, it would be worse had you not showed up.
Multiple times, whoever it was hung up, left some voicemail messages. Then you never contacted the court. In his final paragraph, all things taken into account, including Mr. Crenshaw's lack of interest in participation with the process, the officer recommends no probation and 6 days in jail. So we'll try to get Mr. Razine up here and address that, but we can always reset it if we need to. All right, we have another matter set for this morning, which is the matter of People versus John Lawrence McDonough. Would you come forward, please? Mr. McDonough is here with his lawyer, Mr. Michael Hills. If I didn't say it, I'll say it again. The file number is 241950SD. The allegation is that on or about October 29th, Mr. McDonough was driving a vehicle in the city of Three Rivers, charged with operating while intoxicated, second offense. On Michigan Avenue near Railroad Drive. Operating while intoxicated, second offense is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. 6 points and the suspension or revocation of your driving privileges. You're here with your lawyer, Mr. Michael Hills. He's been involved in this case right from the outset. We're all involved in this right from the outset. We had a pretrial, and then we had a final pretrial. I added a no alcohol condition to your bond back in December. The matter was set for what we refer to as plea and sentencing here today. Mr. McDonough, you've cooperated with the probation department in the screening process. We've done a lot of work between December and now. And then we confirmed with the prosecutor again on Friday. According to the prosecutor's office, there is no plea offer. And it's my understanding you're going to enter a plea to operating while intoxicated, second offense. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you to get you to do that?
No, sir.
Or promise you anything?
No.
Do you understand that if you plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury?
I understand, Your Honor.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. You've retained Mr. Hills and the Hills Law Firm. You could also have asked to have an attorney appointed to represent you. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, because you don't have to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. You have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, and you could call any witnesses that you wanted. This whole circumstance is a bit surreal. You know these rights as well as I do. You could probably quote them back to me, but the law requires that I advise you of these. And I'll speak to this a little further as we get farther in the process, but so let's talk about the facts. Were you driving a car on October 19th in the city of Three Rivers?
I believe it was October 29th.
29th, yes, thank you.
Yes, I was.
And you got pulled over by the police near the main four in Three Rivers, is that correct?
Yes.
And they gave you a PBT and then ultimately a breath test. And the result was 0.089.
Yes.
You agree with that, Mr. Hills?
I do.
All right. I find that's a sufficient factual basis. The complaint indicates that the defendant did have a previous charge of impaired driving in the 8th District Court on January 28th of 2021. Obviously, I know Mr. McDon and I've known him since he was in high school. When this came, we were all chagrined. The Chief Judge Pattison called the State Court Administrator's office and said, what do we do with this? Because frankly, nobody wanted this hot potato. I feel maybe I knew you even better than all the other judges. But they said, as far as we're concerned, Mr. McDonough is a citizen of your county. He's no longer an elected official, and you should keep this case. And we were trying to, a couple things, avoid the appearance of impropriety, avoid the discomfort it may give to you, and perhaps some of the notoriety regarding the case. But it's us, you and me. So your lawyer, who I've known for a long time, came in and we had a long, fairly intense conversation. And Autumn and I spent a lot of time talking about this as well. At that time, David Marvin was the county prosecuting attorney. He's no longer there. The new elected prosecutor is Deborah Davis, who you actually hired. And also present this morning is former chief assistant, now assistant Gary Gabry. So we all come full circle. Your lawyer said, sobriety court, sobriety court, sobriety court. He said, when I talked to John, John did not want a trial. John wanted to accept responsibility. And he wanted to be in sobriety court. And again, you're not just a regular citizen. You were here when we started the sobriety court. And really know what it's about. So we then also explored
lots of background here,
transferring your case to Kalamazoo County. We do this quite often. We transfer cases in, we transfer cases out. Somebody lives in Kalamazoo, they get a drinking driving here. They would rather do the program there. We've had people from all over, Calhoun, Hillsdale, Branch, Cass, Van Buren, who would prefer to do our program and have been successful in it. So here we are. Mr. Hills, what would you like me to know?
Well, I think
just a minute. Daniel, maybe you could step out with Mr. Crenshaw and see where we are.
This is somebody the judge knew.
I don't think there's a whole lot more to add to than what the court said about our conversation. I think that summed it up, but I would add a little bit more. And when I first talked to Mr. McDonough about this before I had the police report, I kind of knew the facts. I said, well, this is a trialable case. And he was saying, I want the help. I want to go into sobriety court. Okay. Then we started negotiating, started talking, started getting into it. We got the discovery, and my opinion, frankly, was this is a triable case. I never say we can win, we can lose, because you never know with the jury, but I look at it, it's a triable case, John. We can try this case. I want help. I want help. I want sobriety court. So I think that says a lot right off the bat before we even, before I even gave him my advice. He wanted sobriety court. He wanted help. He knows he needs the help. And so that's what he's looking for. And that was the sum and substance of our conversations. And so I think this is the best option for him. I think he's known it, and he's grateful for Autumn, her help, for the court's acceptance of him into sobriety court, and he's ready for the next chapter. Thanks.
Mr. McDonough, what would you like to say, if anything?
I don't really have a whole lot to say, Your Honor. I understand that, if I don't comply with sobriety court, if I don't get my act together, that it's really not going to matter. My health's probably going to deteriorate to the point where it's not going to really matter where I am or what I'm doing. So for me, this is my last chance, and I thank the court, and I thank certainly the probation department for the opportunity.
Ms. Kiefer, you got anything to wish to say? Well, let me go with Mr. Gabriel first, and I'll hear from you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please, the court. Mr. Hills, Your Honor, in this courtroom right now are 3 prosecutors, 3 people that understand what it is to be the elected prosecutor and the responsibilities that come with it. I've known John, certainly not as long as you, but a long time, and came to respect him in his service to this county. That being said, it's more an understanding of the pressure and how, whether that had a role in his addiction or not, only he knows. What troubles us is knowing that addiction exists from back in the first time court matter appeared in Kalamazoo. John knew it existed, and then he still drives. I will commend him for his honesty in the pre-sentence report. I think the way he described his drinking problem to the probation department is enlightening. Sobriety court will give him an opportunity to ultimately earn back a driver's license. It will give him an opportunity to again reincorporate the tools that I believed he learned after his first go round. I would indicate that in going over the pre-sentence report and looking at the guidelines, I was surprised that, at least as far as what's been provided to the probation department, that none of the mitigating points in the court's guideline computation were brought forward. That's troubling. That's kind of like a red flag of where we go forward from here. But as the prosecutor had discussed with Mr. Hills, we're supportive of sobriety court. We believe that would be an option available to any citizen of this county that finds himself in the same predicament as citizen John McDonough. So we'd ask the court to treat him as citizen John McDonough, provide him the help and the opportunity to get that help. And a failure, we know where we'll end up. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Kiefer, what's any final word?
Mr. McDon and I have talked several times. He knows exactly what will be expected of him. He knows what will happen if he doesn't. And I'm willing to help him the best that the court can.
I watched this unfold in front of my own eyes over the last 12 years, now 16 years. Mr. McDonough took office with a great deal of promise, tried some very important cases, and obtained convictions. And alcoholism is a progressive, insidious thing. And we watched it, obviously, at first, that you were not in it grips. But as we got further into your tenure, maybe in the middle of the second term or certainly the third term, I could see it. And I tried to talk to you without much success. And your attitude was everything is fine. Everything's fine. I had considered, frankly, talking to your mother or your wife.
Wow.
But I thought that might have been sort of an insult to you because you're a man in your own right and you were the elected county prosecutor, but you were damaging your health. And we had a discussion that this was a matter of life and death. You had some very serious health problems when the first incident occurred in May of 2021. And you came out of that with great humility, accepted responsibility, and worked on your sobriety diligently. But you relapsed, which is not uncommon. You've been through treatment, you've been through inpatient, you've been through support groups, you're meeting with a counselor now, although we weren't able to get any information from Ms. Bowlby. We asked for some, and you've been meeting with her for months while you were drinking all the time. I saw you on the campaign trail in the summer, and I thought you actually acquitted yourself very well at the debates. Somebody who you and I both know said, truth be told, John McDonough may be the most qualified candidate were it not for his alcohol addiction. But you kept driving a damn car. I disclosed this to Mr. Hills and said, if you wish me to disqualify myself, I will. That feedback came to me that you were out driving drunk. In fact, shortly before this, a short time before this incident, someone called the police and they were trying to find you, but they didn't. None of those ever things resulted in a conviction. But the fact that you were at 0.089 and you thought you were fine to drive to Home Depot, you're also on medication that you're not supposed to commingle with alcohol. And you are struggling for your life. You were running for office. You were doing public speaking. You were on the school board. You were student substitute teaching, trying to negotiate your addiction. You can't drink in your house, so you go out. So the aggravating part of this, we can all understand the addiction to alcohol. We can't understand, and you can't drive until we get this situated. Autumn and I and Judge Pattison and maybe others have discussed Spencer, the other people on the sobriety court team. Spencer would be Spencer Price, who you obviously know, but he was one of the original members and still is a member of our sobriety court team. Thought, well, all right, this is a matter of life and death. It really is. You're going to die if you keep doing this, and you know it, but despite that, you can't stop. So I say we're going to drag people out of the water and pull them up into the boat and save their life. Secondly, if you are going to be driving, there would be an interlock device in the car. And then we would know that your car won't start if you've been drinking, and we'll have a way to further monitor your alcohol. So I don't
turn
have
down
a
the whistle on
problem
his S's.
if all the is good.
Yes, I can do
The
that.
problem is if the wheels fall off and I got to put you in jail for 180 days. I guess we'll all struggle with that. But
Still there.
you
It's just
came
quieter.
in and still have a lot of goodwill. I remember you playing high school basketball. Remember when you got married?
Somebody the
Remember when
judge
your
knows
kids
his
were
whole life.
born? We discussed all those things while you were prosecutor. We'd talk almost every single day. So here you are, citizen John McDonough, and you're here humbly ready to accept that fate. So I don't have anything else. You've tried inpatient, you've tried a Kalamazoo probation. Your family certainly doesn't want to see you in this position. And so we've got this program and we're going to utilize it. We've had several hundred people successfully complete the program. Maybe some others that did not. Just a second, I'm looking for it. There we go. Runaway without judgment. How'd you get here? Oh, you're valid right now. Your license is.
I haven't driven since this happened.
All right.
My wife brought me here.
I've never spoken to her about this. I've known her almost as long as I've known you. I've had a great deal of respect for her when she was a Sturgis police officer. She does a wonderful job as a probation parole agent. And she and I have never spoken one word about this. I don't even know what to say. She put up with a lot as a female police officer here in St. Joe County, and she did a good job. All right. Under our philosophy, we're going to pull people out of the water into the boat, and all we can do at our worst is fail.
That means it's on him.
Sure, you wish you weren't here. I feel the same way, but here we are. I'm going to order 100. Let me look at the report again.
180 days suspended.
Oh yeah, you didn't go do any jail because you went to the hospital. 180 days in jail, credit 0. Giving up 180 days to serve. Of the 180 days ordered, 178 are deferred. You're going to go to jail
for 2 days.
For 2 days, which is going to be scheduled by the probation department.
I don't know how long he's been out
The
of
recommendation was 4. I think 2 will get the point.
the elected official position.
Fine is 0. There's enough other stuff to pay for. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, a $100 screening fee.
Your Honor, you cut that in half. I'm positive that assessment was completed.
All right. I'm disappointed, frankly, that you were in counseling for months and you were drinking all the time. I would have liked to have heard from Ms. Bowlby, and I guess at some point we will. $960 is the probation oversight fee. There's a $200 police reimbursement.
He's giving them 2 days, suspending the rest of the sentence, which means if he violates or doesn't comply with the rest of the terms, he would serve the remaining 178 days in jail. I don't know how long he's been out of his position, but there's a possibility if it's recent.
The bond was a PR bond, $1,335. That can't be right.
That there are people in jail that he prosecuted.
125.50.
Is that a possibility?
200.
That he'll be in jail with people he prosecuted? That would
$1,335.
That seems like a risk.
Be reduced by $40 a month for every month you can do this. About the soonest you can do it is 13 months or so.
I think either way. I mean, there might be people in
as you know, there's a lot of places to be. You got to get to the day reporting center for testing.
I don't think so.
You got to get to treatment. You got to get to court. Now, we do a lot of this by Zoom. Your first appearance, I guess
Tomorrow.
Will be tomorrow. We told the group that you were coming. And we asked Spencer to deal with that at group, and they're okay with it. They're very supportive of each other. You're going to have to do in-person AAs. You can certainly continue to do as many as you want online, but you have to do at least 2 in person. You have to get a sponsor. Did you ever have a sponsor?
I had one for a short period of time, yeah.
Where was that person?
They were through my initial rehab place.
All right.
No one locally.
Here's what I would like. I would like about 2 years from now for you to be somebody's sponsor.
That would be good.
That's what I would like. You're intelligent. You've got a lot of knots pounded on your head. I think you could make an excellent sponsor to somebody who's following you.
But he's got to make a change in his life first.
You're going to do the testing as directed. No drugs and no alcohol. You're not a drug user. It's alcohol. You're not to drive unless licensed. I guess I'm hopeful. We can make this work. We have a really good group of people right now. I think there's 10. We have one lady that Judge Stutzman's not going to accept her, so it makes it easier for us. Yeah, I think you'll be 11. We've got some that are about to graduate. And there are people in there that you know. There's 3 of us people. May have been people, I don't know if there's anybody you prosecuted. Nobody is immune from this. Mr. Gabriel mentioned the fact that we got 3 elected prosecutors, you, me, and him. For a number of years, he was the Ionia County prosecutor. Prosecutors aren't immune from this either. And neither are judges. In sobriety court, I know of about 10 judges who got drinking driving convictions, including our very own. And I do think, although it didn't touch your parents, I think you've got a genetic component to your alcohol addiction, and you know that. Your family, your cousins, your uncle, that's a bad hand you got dealt. Our point is to help keep you alive and make you healthy and a whole person again. But you got a lot of weight on your shoulders because you aren't just citizen John McDonough. And you've borne it pretty well. But let's see if we can bear it without alcohol. further dragging you down. All right, I'm gonna see you tomorrow live here at the courthouse. We're gonna do our first sobriety court session. And again, you've sat through them before. We'll make it work. Otherwise, I guess we all know what the outcome is.
Yeah. So the 2 days to serve, I guess he doesn't start.
All right, we'll go with Ms. Kiefer. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Or is he being brought in? Oh, he's going. I guess he is going to custody. He'll be brought in for. That's awkward. You got the prosecutor facing against.
All right, Mr. Crenshaw.
Someone who ran for the same office.
Resign.
You go ahead and have a seat right over there.
Thank you, Mr. Hills. I'll see you again.
Yes, thanks, Judge. Thank you.
This is file number 242027, People versus Michael Crenshaw. This is an ordinance case from Three Rivers, I believe. Mr. Crenshaw is here as directed. I'd given him, I think, a handwritten notice to be here today. He was charged with operating while intoxicated. According to the ticket, he was driving a car on November 17th at Broadway and 4th Street in Three Rivers while under the influence. The blood alcohol was 0.17, which is just high enough to be charged with high blood alcohol level. The city attorney, Mr. George, agreed to reduce this to a charge of impaired driving. At the hearing on December 3rd, he was late, but he did show up, and he pled to impaired driving. He waived the right to counsel in the matter and agreed to accept the plea to impaired driving. So let me tell you the same thing I told an earlier client today. Mr. Crenshaw, you've agreed to waive your right to an attorney and plead guilty to impaired driving. Even at this late date, I could still appoint an attorney to represent you if you wished. Otherwise, we can simply proceed with the sentence.
Okay, now we can proceed, sir.
All right, you're willing to continue to waive your right to counsel?
Yes.
All right, now there was a disconnect between you and the probation department. Daniel Frazine is here. He has prepared the screening report. I checked on this last Friday, and at that point, he hadn't heard from you.
I can clarify some stuff for you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
It looks like, I don't know if we have the number incorrect or if I wrote it down incorrect, but that last one, instead of a 0, should be a 6. So he says he did not get any of the message, which would make sense.
Ours ends in 6090.
No, sir. 6096.
Okay, so it was a computer, not me. I know it was one of the two.
Okay.
And he was here. I did check the video with the security. He was actually here beforehand. He got told to go to the other room, 107, and he was just.
So he came here at 9:30?
No, it was 10 till 10 to 11.
Oh,
so he was here before his time. He said he was told to wait for a phone call, so that's what he did, and he just didn't think to call me, and so is what it is. But I spoke to him. He lives in Elkhart by himself. What this was basically
Yeah, we could have tried the number on his client history form. That's 7039096.
Oh, so that's where the got transcribed wrong.
Well, I don't know, but
no, sir. Again, it's wrong. 609.
We're just going to turn this off as they're sharing all sorts of numbers which mean nothing.
On our printed sheet, it have 2 numbers, and so we just didn't connect all the dots. All right, so Daniel did as much of the report as he could do. You're working at the Mission in Goshen, and we've got facts here.
Thank you. Katrina,
Mr.
happy
Faison,
Monday
what
to
else would
you.
like me
11
to
months.
know?
Well, he didn't pull any, he just said basically, him and his ex went to, grandson's funeral. She'd gotten a ride down to, Gary, Indiana. He gave her a ride back
Gary,
home.
Indiana.
They had went to a reception afterwards. He had partaken in a couple beers and some Hennessy. He thought he was fine to drive, dropped her off up here, went to get some food afterwards and was speeding, got pulled over, and the rest is history. He got arrested for drunk driving. He seems like he was pretty straightforward. He was straightforward with me. He apologized for the misconnection with the phone number situation, which wasn't obviously his fault. And I had it kind of the two probations things written down, one with a term of probation and one not. In that one, I had recommended a 24-month. I think this is a kind of a isolated incident. I think maybe a 12-month might be more appropriate here.
Hang on.
He will be.
Hello?
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 Yeah, this is Aston with Healthcare Department. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Well, actually, reason of the call is that you already got a health insurance plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Did you receive your extra benefits and subsidies on that?
No, I've been looking for more benefits than what I have, but I can't. The plan's bad right now. Do you
Not
have
a
more?
problem. I'm here. I'm gonna provide you. So can you verify me? How old are you?
I'm 62.
And you don't have Medicare, Medicaid, VA, or tri coverage or employer coverage?
No.
Perfect. Just one last thing. Can you verify me your 5-digit zip code?
90210.
90210. All right. I got you. Thank you so much for your patience. So, sir, basically, I'm going to provide you all your benefits. And, sir, are you still residing in state of Utah?
No, I'm in California. I'm in Beverly Hills. I live in Utah, I'm in Beverly Hills right now.
Oh, okay. I got
Do
you.
you
I
need
got
my
you.
zip code
Sir,
in Utah?
No.
Okay,
It's okay. So, sir, now I'm gonna direct transfer your call to one of the best licensed agent in your state. Even if your number is federal, state, or do not call this, stay on the line. I'm also here with you, okay? Just let the agent know that you are here for some additional benefits and for your health insurance for 2025, okay? And he will provide you, okay, sir?
Okay.
Okay, I'm connecting your call. Even if your number is federal, state, or do not call this, stay on the line. I'm also here with you. Here you go, sir.
Hi, good morning. This is Raymond on the recorded line.
Hey, Raymond. Hello.
Doing that. You were given a call to help you find health insurance?
Somebody called and said that I was supposed to get extra benefits.
I'm not sure what they mean by that exactly.
He said he's going to be on the line with me. Is he still here? It was an Indian guy.
Yeah, I wish I could talk to him, and I wish I can ask him. Yeah, I wish I can ask him what he means by that. I'm the licensed.
Sir, are you there?
Oh, there he is. That's him.
Yeah, sir, you just have to let the agent know that you need to check your health insurance for 2025 and get your subsidies for 2025. And after that, you will receive all your benefits, okay?
Can you tell him that?
You need to tell him that because when I connect you to the agent, my line got disconnected.
Oh, but you're back now. Thank you. I can hear you now. So what he
Yeah.
said, that's what,
okay,
that's what I need.
Okay, let me connect your call again. Just let the agent know that you are here for your health insurance subsidies for 2025 and he will provide
Hang
you
on.
all, okay?
I need to write this down. You're talking really fast. Hang on.
Sir, I said just let the agent know that you are here.
Who is the agent?
Just let the agent know that you need to check your health insurance for 2025 and get your benefits, okay?
Health insurance for 2025 and check my benefits.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. I'm connecting your call. Here you go.
Oh, I just deleted it.
This is Sharon. It's on a recorded line. Hello, good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm sorry. There was a gentleman I was just talking with, and he said I had to say certain words to you about what my health insurance and benefits, and I deleted what I had written down. Can he come on and tell me the words one more time? Hello? She hung. Okay, here's what I think. Here's what I think is happening. I think they're trying to do a referral scam. I think this has got to be some sort of referral scam where they ask me to. They're passing me to, I think, a legitimate company. That's what I think. They're passing me to a legitimate company, and they're saying, here's what you need to do. You need to say this to them, which is something that company can set up. They can check your benefits and make sure everything is, your Medicare is set up for a fee. It's probably something you could do for yourself for free, but they can do it for a fee. And then that company pays a referral back to the company that does this. So, wow, they get credit for putting you through if it's proceeded. Yeah, if it proceeds. Okay, so we've learned that scam now. We know how that one goes. Yay, we're done. The house flipping scammer didn't call back. What happened was I told somebody that I wanted to sell my house, but there was a squatter who was living in the basement who likes to jump out and scare people, and that we had a hole in the wall because we had to drive a skid steer in the back and clean out the room that had the meth lab. And she passed all that information on to her buyers. None of the buyers have bid yet. None of them have bid. They're like, no, I'll pass on that one. All right. Now you know. Now you guys don't have to take that call because you know that's a scammer. You really want to sell your house? Not yet, but maybe. Although my realtor, got to use the guy. He sent me a calendar. And that's like, it's pretty much an established relationship now that I have this. Oh, it's a magnet calendar too. Whew. Sold. Sign me up. Where do I sign? Let's get a contract on this. They may call back. You might convert your house to a meth lab and profit. No, that's the opposite direction. That's the opposite direction we want to go. Oh my goodness. I should tell every scammer about the meth lab. I think I will. That's a part I liked. Because that's when you know that it's a bad deal. Because when you say, yeah, I'd like to sell a house, it's a meth lab, and they're like, okay. Then you're like, nope. Nobody wants to buy the meth lab. It costs so much to clean up. It's ridiculous. You might as well just bulldoze the thing and take it to a secure facility and incinerate it. They're actually trying to get you to get your social security and other info to steal identities by getting you to say it to the agents while they're online listening. Oh, wow. Okay, Tom, I think you're right. Tom, for some reason that skipped altogether. Oh my goodness. So it's possible that the end user, that there's no referral, that the licensed professional on a recorded line that we were speaking to is a legitimate company that has no relationship whatsoever to the first company that called. And then we have somebody eavesdropping. Tom, you're a genius. You're a genius. They're eavesdropping. We know they're eavesdropping because when I couldn't say the words right, they disconnected me and brought me back and say, this is what you're supposed to say. Wow, Tom. That's people are awful. People are awful. Bite me. Welcome. Buttercup sends butter sugars to everyone. Ruff. Tom, that is I think you're right. Because we knew he was staying on the line, and he said he wouldn't talk to them directly, and I had to say it to them. He's definitely playing the man in the middle and trying to glean information there. That is terrible. Walter White House is for sale in Albuquerque for $4 million. Does that come with a pizza on the roof, Breezy? Like free pizza deliveries to the roof. I heard that they had problems with people coming by and throwing pizza on the roof. You said all that already. I didn't see it. I'm sorry, Super T. Thank you. That's why they're three-way calling you into a company. $4 million is a lot for a house in that neighborhood. I mean, it's a nice house, but $4 million seems high. All right, we're going to jump back to court. Judge Middleton is done with his, but I think Judge Simpson was just getting started. Let's see. Oh, they're calling back. Hello.
Hi there, this is Sherry Fiorello. I'm a licensed health insurance agent. Understand you were looking for coverage in the marketplace. I just got a referral.
Hey, Sherry.
I can help you.
Hey, Sherry. Can you? It's okay if I record this for my use as well?
Absolutely is, and everything. We are on a recorded line, so yes, sir.
Okay, Sherry. I don't want to waste your time. I know you're busy. You sound like a professional doing this. I think that I got sent to you through a scam, and I'm trying to figure it out to make sure I didn't.
Ooh. Yeah, there are a lot of that going around, so nothing to do with our company, but go right ahead.
Let me tell you what happened. There was a gentleman that called who had a heavy Indian accent. Sounded like he was in a call center somewhere in Bangladesh, who called and asked if I had Medicare coverage or Part A, B, I forget what it was, all the questions, wanted to know my age.
Okay.
And then he said, I'm going to transfer you to a licensed professional. When you talk to them, you need to tell them that you to check my insurance for 2025 and check my benefits. And then he stayed on the line, but would not talk.
Yeah, I've heard this more than once. Yes, I have heard that. And that is an issue. I'll report that right now to our group chat, for our corporate thing, because you're not the first person that has said that.
I'm concerned they're just trying to, because you would probably need things like
they're trying to get all of your
number.
personal information. Right. Interesting. Let me type that out into the chat right now. So I'm on your name information, and what I do is I post in, I can actually text you. You're going to get this on your telephone.
Okay.
I'm Sherry Fiorello, licensed agent. Okay, number one, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Do not call .gov to slow down the phone call. Okay, somebody else has texted you before. Do not call .gov to slow down the phone calls.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know that this is in our corporate database. So anything I post here actually is read by my superiors and is directly texted to you, and we are on a recorded line. So right now, I am letting corporate know. What is your name, sir? First name only.
My name is Scott. I run a channel on YouTube called Recovery Addict, which we're live on. We follow court cases.
Okay, I'm just typing this up. Yeah, I'm letting corporate know that Scott, this gentleman here, says that he is being transferred to a licensed agent, but the caller did not drop off the line. They are.
So what? You were actually the second person he transferred me to. The first person was a gentleman, and I pretended like I didn't know what was happening.
Okay,
and then
well,
he
anyway,
cut
I
the
just
first
got
call
the
off
text.
and came back online with me and then said, no, you need to tell him this. And then he transferred me to you.
Oh,
And I
how
said,
weird.
yeah.
No, I called you.
Yeah.
I just called you.
Yeah, you're good.
I called you because somebody in our I think. Anyway.
It came through as a referral.
But let me finish this. Yeah, but the caller did not drop off the line. Scott, I'm going to use your name. Scott is concerned that the calls are being monitored to get private information like social security numbers, address, phone, etc. So I sent that to you.
Excellent.
This also gets marked, and then I can also flag your lead. I'm copying it, and I'm going to put it into my direct corporate chat.
Sorry about that. That's with sound effects. I can't control those.
That's not it. 1188311059.
Okay. I think that's everything. That's everything
Okay,
that I
was
need.
just-
I appreciate you guys taking this seriously and taking steps. And I know who to call when I do need insurance.
Now
So-
you have my direct information.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me direct, and there is definitely not going to be anybody else on the line. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want, are you really wanting to inquire about health insurance, or are you just
not at this point? I'm
Not.
not. I'm self-employed. I'm a YouTuber, so I don't have insurance. But I'm not at the age that I'd qualify for a lot of the programs you probably are looking for. So,
you have to? Well, if you qualify for Medicare or Medicaid,
which I don't.
or you have veterans coverage,
No.
those are the three disqualifiers. And you do have to make enough money. Let's see, what state are you in? You're in Utah,
I'm
sir?
actually in North Carolina.
Oh, it came up as Utah.
Yeah, it's because.
Are you at 80173?
Yes, that's my number.
Okay, but you're not in Utah.
No, it's a burner phone number. It's a long story.
Oh, that's why. That's okay. No, what state are you in?
I'm in North Carolina.
That's right. Oh, and you know what? We don't even do North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I cannot help you
Yeah.
at this time. But listen, thank you very much for your interest in figuring out the scams.
Yep. That's
We
what we do.
appreciate, and phishing is a real problem with the whole world,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a licensed agent, and I don't want to be scammed or phished, and I report them all the time. I get them every week, like in email and text, and they're looking for this, and they're trying to get you to reply to that, and I don't fall for any of that, but I've got like 5 licenses. I'm a mortgage broker, I'm a licensed life, health, annuities. I'm just like, I'm not falling for any of this crap. But
Good.
anyway.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Have a good
Happy
day,
New Year.
Scott.
We'll see you.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. That was so she is a bulldog, first of all. She probably makes a lot of money selling insurance because she chases it. Literally, I was transferred to her. The call disconnected. She called. It went in her queue as like, hey, this was a lost lead, and it came back. She immediately called back. She has 5 licenses, but not for North Carolina. This lady sounds like just my insurance agent. Yeah, she's good. She's good. RA is the real scammer, not in Utah. Burner phone, don't need insurance. Yeah, that's pretty much me. So, but it's nice that they know that, and maybe I don't know. That might take us off the list of the Medicaid scam, at least in some part. All right. She was good. I could tell she was good. She's still texting. She's still copying me as she forwards this to all her management. She's about the story about what happened. And watch for this. All right. Where are we? We're going back to court. Elk County. Do we want to do Elk County? Let's see who this one is.
This is in the state of Kansas versus Mason Lamke, 24 CR 18. Would counsel state their appearances, please?
May it please the court, this state appears by Jill Gillette, County Attorney.
William McClendon for the defendant, Mason Lamke, who is in custody at the Elk County Sheriff's Office.
All right, counsel, last hearing we had looks like it was November 4th. Defendant was bond revoked and he was placed in custody. An alcohol and drug evaluation was to be performed. We were set for sentencing for December the 30th at 11. that got continued in some fashion to today's date. The court file does not reflect the alcohol and drug evaluation. Have you received that?
Not yet, Judge. I do know that the defense had been working with me on it. They have to have $150 money order brought up there for the drug and alcohol evaluation by either defendant's dad or a family member for Ford County to be able to pay for it, or they can take the money order directly to Ford County.
Okay, this is not the one I wanted.
So we got to have a $150 money order from his family to get that done.
Let's see. That one was done. Judge Simpson still has not come back live. Okay, I made a little bit of a boo-boo. I have to take Mrs. R.A. out to get her something for her birthday, and she likes things that are very specific and unique, so she has to be there for it. I can't really surprise her. And I ordered something, and it was just delivered. So she just walked in, she's carrying a big box. She's like, "Is this for me?" And it wasn't, and it's her birthday. So now I'm in the doghouse a little bit. I got cables, and I got another scam call. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good day. Is this Dwayne?
Uh-huh.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Mia from National Travel. How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right, that sounds good to hear. So, by the way, I'm calling about a large amount of travel credits that you have on file. I see the activation fees were covered. You just never booked dates and travel. And we don't want to see you lose the credits or the vacations themselves. And I know you still see yourself traveling at some point in the future, correct?
I do.
Okay, that's so good to hear. All right, then. So first, we're going to start you off with a 5-day and 4-night resort stay in Las Vegas, either on or off the strip. Next, you also have here a 5-day and 4-night resort stay in Orlando, 15 minutes away of all the theme parks. Now, in case if you don't like the destinations that I mentioned to you, sir, that's totally fine because this package is also fully customizable. So you are free to pick and choose your own destinations, whether if it's in the States or international, it's up to you. And lastly, you can enjoy an 8-day and 7-night all-inclusive flex cruise with Carnival, Royal Caribbean, or Norwegian Cruise Line. Now, all I see remaining are the original booking and processing fees. I know that I can do something really special for you. Would you please give me a moment to pull up your full account here and let me see what that is for you, okay?
Okay.
Just a moment, please.
Hi, am I speaking with Dwayne?
Uh-huh.
Hi, Dwayne. My name is Bernice. I'm one of the senior travel coordinators here. You got transferred over to me so I could answer any questions you might have. Explain things in more detail. We're not a marketing company. We actually do the direct booking with the hotels as well as the cruise line. Did you have any questions about what the representative has gone over with you so far?
I was trying to keep notes. She said there was a 5-day, 4 nights in Las Vegas, or
Okay, let me
5
take a
days,
look
4
here.
nights in Orlando, or 8 days, 7 nights flex cruise.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, you do have two 5-day, 4-night stays, hotel stays. They do present them as Orlando and Vegas, but you do have about 30 other options. Orlando and Vegas, isn't for everyone. So you do have 30 other vacation places if you're interested in, going somewhere else. Places coast to coast, all through Florida. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just like variety. I like to go lots of places. It's all about like the
Right,
Instagram
right.
photo for me. I just like to go there and be like, I was here. Type thing.
Right, I get it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of different vacation places. As far, you're in Utah, right?
I'm out of state right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you got places all through Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, up to New York, as far west as LA, and probably about 25 cities in between. The flex cruise means you can do a 5, 6, or a 7-night cruise. Right now, there's 5 different cruises to pick from. They are supposed to add a couple more next week. And then you have what they call a mini flyaway. How that works is you get 3 days hotel accommodations, 2 vouchers for round-trip airfare, and you have 27 cities coast to coast to pick from, okay? You have unlimited time now to use all of it because we actually will do your booking as far as hotel stays. You're going to have, and depending on the city you're going to, you're going to have anywhere from 4 to 8 different hotel choices. As far as the cruise goes, depending on the cruise you prefer, you'd be on Carnival, Norwegian, or Royal Caribbean, okay? Again, you'll have unlimited time to use everything. Of course, no blackout dates. With the hotel stay, you want to give at least a 30 to 45 day notice. Cruises, I always tell people, you always want to give more, at least 60 to 90 day notice.
So
I've
got a question. Here's the deal. I made a bet with a high school buddy of mine about travel, that I would be more traveled than him by a certain age, and I've got like 10 years left. The way we're keeping score is through the Instagram pictures. What is the plan that would get me to like the most different cities in the shortest amount of time? I don't care about the food. I don't care about the sights. I just need to be like, I was here, and take a bunch of pictures.
Okay. Well, here's what. Let me finish it now. The only thing you're responsible for this are booking and processing fees for you and a travel companion. It's $2.99 for you, $2.99 for your travel companion. That covers booking and processing on everything I just went over with you.
That's like Ubers and everything?
No. That's hotel
taxis.
stay, cruise, and the airline vouchers. Okay.
The airline, there's a problem. I made a joke about a TSA agent at an airport, and I got on the watch list. So I need to find an alternate travel mode. What else do you guys have?
Okay. Now you're on the watch list and you want more Instagram pictures. Okay. All right. I don't really got time to waste with you today, Dwayne. Okay.
What do you mean? What? Are the people on the watch list a lesser class? Is that what it is? Okay. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. Man. The Instagram pictures. I thought the Instagram pictures was good. That's what Instagram's all about. Show your best self. Living the good life, right? She did not like it. She wasn't a fan. All right. Tough crowd. I wasted her time. I'm sorry. They told me they were going to check my account, and instead they transferred me to a senior agent. Here's my philosophy, because I've had a little criticism about this. I believe the more time I can keep a scammer on the phone with me, the less time they can have scamming other people who don't know it's a scam. So the longer I can draw something out, I can stretch out that phone call and make it end up in nothing. The fewer people out there. I like to think there's somebody out there who they weren't able to get to. They weren't able to scam because of me. So it's a public service. This is what I do. Who is Dwayne? I don't know Dwayne. Dwayne apparently owned property in Ogden, Utah, that was really run down. Might have been in financial distress. And somewhere on a document somebody transposed his phone number to be my phone number. And for the last, 15 years, I've been getting phone calls for Dwayne. And I've kept that number. It's my personal cell phone number. I've kept that number. And I get calls for Dwayne all the time. I've tried to get removed. I've tried to go through and talk to someone in management at every company that calls me about it. But as soon as they find out that it's a wrong number, they just hang up and the calls don't stop. So I've been harassed by them for years and years. And finally I said, enough is enough. This will go two ways. You will harass me and I will harass you right back. So that's what brought us to this. I thought Dwayne was your legal name. You went by Scott. No, Kells Bells. I'm not even sure if I know any Dwaynes. Like really like a personal friend level. I'm not sure if I even know a Dwayne. Had my cell phone number since 1988. Okay, Judge Simpson is taking his time. I thought he'd be back. Steve N., member for 15 months. Happy New Year. A few days late. No, it's still good. Still good. It counts. Happy New Year to you as well. Been in this house for over 7 years now. Still got mail for Dwayne and Clarence. We get mail for the former owner, Randy, but it's always collection stuff. And he's not, I guess, we try to forward it on, but the forwarding is expired. He never left us. We have no way to contact him. So we just say not at this address and drop it back in the mailbox. She didn't understand your watch list is the same as your watch clocks company. You'd regularly take photos for Instagram ads. Uncle's name is Dwayne. There's a Dwayne. We know one. I've received 2,000 calls in a 90-day period. I would love to know how to make it stop. Anyone? It does help a little bit to be on the do not call registry, but the problem is the legal method that you can take in your state to actually file for compensation, which is a thing. You can literally sue them it's like a small claims court. You can sue them for calling you after you've been told to be removed. It's difficult because you have to prove it was the same company and you gave them notice, and they spoof phone numbers all the time. They never tell you what the real company name is. They pretend to be somebody else, and they hang up on you as soon as they realize they're not getting a sale. So getting those prerequisites, that foundation laid that will stand up in court and say, yes, you did this, that's we're going to judge this, plus finding out who it actually is behind the phone number is really tricky. You almost would have to do a deal with them where they would win. You would have to purchase something, which opens up the door to them legally being allowed to call you because you've done business with them in the last 18 months. And it's just a mess. There seems to be no good way. I will tell you, when it comes to scam phone calls, the technology exists to fix it, but the phone companies won't do it. You can report scammers from your cell. Credit card trail is the only way to prove it. So you basically have to be scammed and lose money before you can prove it. Skybell, 17 months. Always fun here. Thank you very much. Congratulations on 17 months. That's time has flown by. It's amazing. All right. So with no big trials really underway right now that we can watch, and all the judges really taking a slow morning, I might have to just say it's time for me to take Mrs. R.A. out for her birthday treat. Created via Mr. Chat. Let me look. I did. It's right here. Debbie says, love spending my days with Scott, Dwayne, and all you in chat watching true crime, the courts and scammers getting scammed. It's a lot of fun. Chat is the third wheel, screeners. I bring you along. When are you going to get Mrs. R.A. her present, or going out today to get it? But she has to be present because she's like me, very, very picky, very particular about what she likes. AZDCS Oversight Group gifted a membership. Thank you very much. Went to Karina Bowman. Karina, congratulations. Happy birthday to Mrs. R.A. She's awesome. The fact that a big box arrived on the doorstep and it was not for her, this just reminds her of the fact that when we'd have children, she would give birth. Usually on the day that she would give birth, I would go buy something for myself as well. She got a baby and I got a baby, like I'd buy a pew or something like that. So I haven't done that in a lot of years, obviously because I haven't had any more kids, but take her to Panda Express. I think she wants something else. I think she would want to go to maybe a Mexican restaurant. Mexican or Italian, I think are good. And maybe like Chili's. I don't know. There's a couple restaurants that she likes for a couple items on their menu. We'll have to see. Chips and salsa are yummy. Now I want a margarita. Not me. How about Denny's? Denny's is going under. The birthday meal, free pancakes. We are waiting for a couple cases to start. We've obviously got the that case we watched the preliminary for, which will be coming up eventually, that we're looking at. As soon as there's more options available, we can start watching actual cases as they are broadcast live. But until then, we're sort of stuck with. That's not it. Judge Middleton's not back. Judge Simpson is silent. It's really quiet. Who's this guy? Hang on. Thurston? Thurston's up? Who is this? This is Civil Protection.
And Mr. Nemskern?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning. You would ask for a continuance on this hearing, is that right?
Yes, I was asking for continuance due to a family member.
Okay, thank you.
I've got 2 in college now, plus the married one.
Okay, something.
5 at home. They're all in online college for now until they travel, go there physically. Is it mine or his? Mine's pretty bad as well. Hey, the last time we went out to eat, it was at, I think this was the last time we went to, we don't go out to eat very much at all. It's just,
All right, I'll grant one last continuance, Mr. Nemskern. Is that how you say your name, is Nemskern or Nimeskern?
Nope, you said it right the first time, Your Honor.
All right, so this case was filed back in September. We're going to bring it to conclusion at the next hearing one way or the other. So that's going to be on the 21st of January at 9 o'clock in the morning. And this will once again need to be served on Mr. Okert. And let's see what we've done for service. Looks like Tumwater Police Department's been the one that's serving.
No, Your Honor. My younger sister and her husband served him.
So you want us to send a service packet to you?
That was a personal
yes,
service?
and I can have it reserved to him.
Okay, we've got another one. I don't know why they're coming like hotcakes right now. Hello?
Hello, sir. This is Sebastian. How are you?
Good.
All right, that's good, sir. So the reason of my short call, you have received any kind of federal subsidies benefits card? You have received or not yet?
Say that again?
Like subsidies. You have received benefits like subsidies, utilities, groceries, and the counterflex benefits?
I got a free phone. Does that count?
No, I'm not asking your phone. I'm just asking you.
was
You have received benefits. Federal subsidies benefits card. You have received or not yet?
I don't know what a benefit is. I'm not sure.
You have already health insurance 2025, right?
No.
You don't have insurance?
I don't.
All right, no problem. Sir, I know you qualify for the $0 health insurance and your insurance benefits for the 2025. And you live in Utah, right?
Hang on. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. What is? I don't know what a benefit is.
Sir, your insurance, you qualify for $0 health insurance and the benefits like subsidies, utilities, groceries, and the dental, vision, hearing, these benefits. You qualify for $0 health insurance, okay?
I still don't know what that word is. What is a benefer?
I'm telling you, sir, benefit like dental, vision, hearing, and the counterflex benefits like subsidies,
benefit?
groceries.
A benefit?
Yes.
Oh.
And you live in Utah, right?
Uh-huh. So.
All right, that's perfect. And what's your zip code down there?
90210. So.
90210.
Well, that's where I am right now, but my zip
That
code
is correct.
in Utah is different.
That is correct.
Hello? Yeah.
No, your zip code is 80210, sir.
Right. But right now I'm in 90210. I don't live here, but that's where I am right now.
What's your living?
In Utah.
What's your living?
I'm in vacation
Utah.
right now in
All right.
90210. I'm watching
All
I'm
right.
on the set of Baywatch
And
right now.
you're all right, and your age is 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have Medicaid and Medicare, right?
I don't.
All right, that's perfect. So right now, sir, you have perfectly qualified for $0 health insurance and the subsidies benefits, okay? So without wasting your time, I'm just going to make you call one of my best licensed agents. He will definitely provide for your insurance and the subsidies benefits, okay?
What's his name?
My licensed agent provides $0 health insurance.
Yeah. What's
and
the
the
agent's
subsidies,
name?
okay?
What's the agent's name?
I know, but different. This is a different licensed agent. He will provide for your insurance subsidies, okay?
Okay, hang on. I don't understand. What was the who are you transferring me to?
I think he already transferred you to me.
Oh.
I can answer your questions though.
Who is this? There was a guy on a minute ago.
So we're with the marketplace.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know. But we're with the marketplace, so it's government ACA insurance. What was he transferring you to me for?
There's a guy from I don't know, Calcutta or something, an Indian
or?
guy saying that I qualified for free insurance. I don't remember what he was telling me. He said he was going to transfer me to his best agent to get me registered for free benefers or something.
Okay, yeah. He was probably just trying to send you over to us so we could sign you up for government health insurance. It's just free health insurance to the government. Are you already enrolled in health insurance or?
I don't know. I wanted to talk to him. I had some questions. I'm not sure. I was talking to him. I don't know where you came from. I wanted to talk to him, but does that make sense? I'm not.
Well, again, I didn't ask for you to be transferred to me. He just transferred you to me. There's nothing I can really do. I don't know.
He doesn't
who
work in your
I
office?
don't even know how to get you back to him.
You can't transfer me back?
No. No, yeah, no. So a lot of this is done remotely. So he very well could be in India for all I know. It's all remote. So I'm working from Florida.
Do you guys
So
have?
it's
Do you guys have a company that does that? That sends calls to you that way from India?
I mean, I don't know if they're from India, but I just know that we have people that transfer calls for us.
Oh.
But I have no clue. Yeah, I don't really know because, again, they could be, I don't know, it's remote. So, they could genuinely be anywhere.
Well, let me tell you, I am. My name is Scott. I'm a YouTuber. I get these scam calls all the time. You're not the scammer. The person who transferred me is, and he's still on the phone right now. He's listening and hoping I give you my personal information, which he will then use to steal my identity. We're doing this. We're taking these calls live on the air to let people know that this is a scam out there. Not that the insurance is a scam, because that's legitimate, but that when somebody calls and transfers you like this, that they're still listening in. And we've taken a couple of these already today. So.
Yeah, they piss me off all day long.
Yeah.
You have no idea how much they piss me off all day long. They disconnect my calls when I'm in the middle of telling people, no, actually, because what they do is they love to tell people about these subsidy cards where they're going to send a card to your house with money, which is crap. We know it's crap. And I have to tell people all day long, the only subsidy is the tax credit we apply you for through the government. The subsidy is what makes ACA government health insurance free. You know what I mean? So like, it's not like the only government programs that send a card to you is like, you know, Medicaid.
Yeah.
And I have to tell people all day long that their crap is crap, and it's frustrating.
I'm sorry. How's the weather in Florida? Is it better than it is up north? Or is it cold?
Yeah, it's pretty nice right now. It's like, I think it's 72, 73. Yeah. Beautiful, sunny, breezy.
Well, awesome. I won't waste your time. Hopefully you get some good business today, make some sales, get some commissions, and don't get any more scammers. My name is Scott. I'm a Recovery Addict on YouTube. You're live. I appreciate it. So have yourself a great day. And I think they disconnected us.
Hello, sir. This is not a scam, sir.
Oh,
this is your...
You heard all that?
Yeah, I'm back.
Why didn't you talk?
Yeah, I'm back.
Why didn't you talk?
Sir, this is not a scam. This is a government insurance, sir.
Yeah, she is.
You qualify for...
She told me that you guys are a
insurance.
scam. Like your best agent you said you're going to transfer
No,
me to, she said you were a scam.
This is not a scam. This is my senior license agent, sir.
I just talked to her.
Yeah.
And she says you're full of crap. Are you in Kolkata? All right. Oh my goodness. Good times, good times. Yeah, this is not a scam. This is not a scam. That's what a scammer says. That's what a scammer says. All right. That was pretty good. All right. With that, it's too bad Mrs. R.A. doesn't want a new computer because I found a killer deal. Unfortunately, it's a Costco deal, and I'm a Sam's Club guy. But man, we'll figure out what we're going to do for her birthday. But with that, we are going to take lunch. I don't know if or when I can come back because it is Mrs. Ari's birthday, and I don't know what her plans are. So I'm pretty much going to say we're done for today, and then we'll start again tomorrow. I've got to take Mrs. R.A. out. We're probably going to go out and get some lunch, and we're probably going to go get her present to make up for the fact that the big gift that arrived today at the doorstep was for me, not for her on her birthday. I'm sorry about that. I did not schedule it that way intentionally. So... why do we have to share with Mrs. R.A.? She doesn't share. Today it's all her. So I'm gonna call it quits. And I probably got, because I got that far on the call list, I probably got added to the next level of potential scammer level. So I'll probably get more calls after all that. It's not a scam for benefers. Free benefers and travel credits to go around for everybody. We're gonna take her out to lunch for sure. When's our next trial? Like ours? I'm not sure exactly. It depends which ones become available. But you know, with courts, that even the last minute things change. So I can put things out there, but they always push until they go live. It's hard to say this is what we're going to watch. But tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Give them free benefers. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe too. Go live again tomorrow morning with more. I'm going to continue just walking around the set of Baywatch here at 90210, but she didn't catch on. None of them caught on to that. All right, go have Indian food. That's good karma right there. It is yummy. I love a good chicken curry. Oh, so good, so good. Take her to the set of Baywatch. Get a photo shoot maybe on the lifeguard tower. Go have some Chilean sea bass. Enjoy your benefers. Thank you for throwing into mine. Appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Have yourselves a wonderful day. We will see you tomorrow morning. I'm going to go spoil my wife a little bit. Have a good one. Bye-bye.